They're gonna look at us. Doesn't it tell us we're live? Okay. Good evening and welcome to Oxford Town Council meeting for May 23rd, 2023. Before we begin, a couple of announcements. First one is the Accessibility Committee will be meeting here Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. Thursday night, the Audit Committee will be meeting here at 6 o'clock. All councilors are invited. This will deal with the upcoming budget for the 23-24 year. Also, this year, the Municipal Wellness Program celebrates Municipal Wellness Week from May 23rd to 26th. As part of our commitment to supporting you in achieving your personal health goals, we plan a series of events for employees and elected officials across our dimensions of health, physical, mental, and workplace, and financial and social interactions. There's a website, you can find it probably on our Facebook page or somewhere.
It's on the website there
It's
for
on the
Municipal
website.
Wellness Week.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. First up, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Seconder?
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. First up, approval of minutes from the previous meeting. You all have a copy. It was in your package. Any error or omission? I'll declare them approved as submitted. Next up, new business 4.1, easement for training ground. Linda, I turn the floor over to you.
All right, thank you, Risha. So the Oxford Firefighters Association had submitted a proposal for council to consider for easement for training grounds property. You'll find that on pages between 11 and 13 in your package. So what they're asking for is approval to be able to occasionally drive their fire trucks down approximately 340 meters of the trail between April and November. So when we're talking the trail, that's the main trail going, that's multi-use, the trail that we have there. So what they would like to do with the request, with the approval of the request, they would like to build a driveway off the trail to enter into the training ground, which is just off the trail. Once the driveway is established, they will then begin to level the ground around the infrastructure that is above and below ground. So to give you a little further content, the training ground background actually originally started, there was big plans back in the day for a regional training facility for Cumberland County, and a lot of money has been invested in that training ground. There is, let's see here, they put in a sandy material to drive on. It's very unlevel, but there's an underground water tank, concrete burn pad with a charcoal filtration system, and a pad to have burn structure erected on it. So they have all this stuff there. So a lot of money has been invested. If they are granted this approval for easement, it would be a lot easier for the firefighters to conduct their fire training. There's going to be more control. It'll be safer and better security-wise as well for any vandalism and deterrent of the fire training grounds. So anyways, it's here for your consideration, looking hopefully for some approval
Question.
of easement.
Are they gonna gate it?
There's something to do with gating, yes,
Okay.
to secure the area, yes.
You're looking
And it'll
for
be
a motion?
easier. We're looking for a motion to start discussion, yes.
I would like to make a motion that we grant the easement to the Oxford Fire Department for their training grounds.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any other questions?
I would just make sure that they, and I'm sure they would anyway, but it's well used by walkers, so if they do create ruts getting into it, they have to clean it up. Like if they were having a big thing in May, then it might get pretty rutted up there, and we know that Maxine has done a lot of work through there, and we certainly don't want to, mess up our
It goes
access to the
towards
running
the
trail.
lagoon road, so it's not going up the main area, like past that red gate, that red gate
Right,
area.
right,
It's going
okay,
up
so
the
it doesn't go
lagoon
too
road.
far up there.
No, yeah, just to the lagoon road.
Okay, we have a motion on the, you have a question? No?
You say, are they putting another entrance in besides the entrance that's in by the lagoon? Is that what they're doing?
There is an entrance there by the lagoon,
Yes.
and that is where they're talking about. It's actually in, the pictures are here. It's right off the Trans-Canada Trail where they propose to go in. The other side that they're in is quite a long stretch, and the turf and stuff would be a lot to maintain, and they have learned has been a lot to develop and maintain that ground that they do not use to get to the training site. So this would be a lot shorter distance for them to get into that training site there. So I know they have a lagoon, you see there, yeah.
You make that bigger. But that's where they're proposing.
Okay, any other questions, or everybody good? Okay, let's put, we've got a motion on the floor. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Thank you. Next on the list, 4.2, easement of driveway use on 6841 Little River Road. Linda.
Thank you. So on your desk, I could not put this in the package, is a map on the desk there. This is what we're going to be referring to here. One of the Habitat's home, this is the third home there, and it's our last home that we're going to do with the Habitat for Humanity. Third home is getting completed. So they reached out as a request to council to put in their driveway off. Okay, if you look at the map, what they want to do, you know the entrance going to the soccer field and going up to the track between Tory Rushton's and that home there, that access way. They would like to have their driveway right off that easement there, like an easement off that driveway,
In behind their house,
On the
on
side.
the side of their
so
house.
it would be,
Off of that trail.
Right
Yes.
off of that trail,
So
exactly.
the email that was sent, she said she's moving to our town. Are they local or are they really from far away?
Not from far, I believe she's Amherst.
I'm just wondering
Where she works.
if she realizes what she's doing.
She knows that the community center is going to be back there. She knows, let's see here, currently it's access to the school. It's a quick walk through the school for a lot of locals there, the soccer field. She knows it's not a road that we plow currently. I'm not sure, the question has come up, does the community center plan to use that as a road
Yeah, like,
access as well?
I mean, I know we vote and whatever, but I just feel like, I wish that she was here almost, because I think it's a terrible idea. And it's not like, you know, I would say, no, she can't do it, I just think she doesn't understand.
She says she understands, I wrote her an email on it all, she knows the multi-use.
Right.
Um,
Because once that community center goes in there and there's like, say, a wedding, it's gonna block that road completely.
Yeah.
Or even like soccer season, you know, all those cars are in there, they're parked on both sides. I don't think she's gonna like it being there.
yeah.
could we
She's
wait
aware of
and
all
do some future discussion on it? Just
She says she has somebody coming this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it needs a decision, they can't wait.
tonight?
Did she say why? Like, is there another reason why she wants that?
For her, it's a longer driveway right off the road, off the Little River Road. It would be a shorter driveway, and then she wants to use a back entrance, not right off the main highway. For her, she would prefer a back entrance as her main door than,
Because the rest of them are all.
Yeah.
yeah, on the front, she would
Yeah.
like hers off the side.
Wasn't there room there for her to have a laneway right off? Because they were parked, they weren't parked on the other.
No, currently they use the soccer field parking.
Yeah.
Like the workers, they go in the soccer field and turn right, like where that place
Yes, they
is.
park up.
I just think that she's going to regret it. Again, there's no plow.
Mhm.
Soccer season, we're not gonna stop using it
No,
as we do it.
No.
No.
And then the community center is, whether the community center actually uses it or not, people will use it
Yeah.
when there's, you know what
And
happens
there's
in the
future
school.
development
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It could be, the soccer field may be something else someday.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
We don't know.
absolutely.
It could end up being a major street at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
But it would be no worse than her coming out on the Little
No.
Road.
It'd be no worse, I mean.
I understand why she wants to do that.
I would
Absolutely, I do
too,
too,
yeah,
yeah.
so would
I
I.
guess as long as she just realizes
Yeah,
that she can't come back to us complaining that there's people parked, you know, in front of her driveway or by her driveway, because there's going to
We
be.
have to give it
So
full
here's
access.
her words. We are aware that it's currently used to access the school, soccer field, etc., and that's partly why we're considering putting the driveway off the easement, as it seems well used, and we hope that it may mean the town was open to the idea.
And how is she gonna get it plowed? Or she's gonna have to pay
She's
the
gonna have to
someone
do
to plow
it,
it.
yeah.
That's
She knows we don't plow it,
No
we,
different plowing that than plowing the driveway out to a little.
Right.
it's not very far up, like
No.
it's right against her house.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, so as long as she is
Yep.
aware of what she's getting into.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
go
could
ahead.
potential have, yeah.
Well, if we grant her an easement, we gotta guarantee that she's got an opening on that easement, and we can't guarantee that.
Well, no, you don't.
Well, an easement says that she has.
She can use it,
She
you
can
said.
use it.
Yes, I
We
think.
don't have to
everybody
plow, we don't have to plow, I talked to the planner.
And everybody else. So they got a wedding, or when that's all in, and they're all parked along there, or they're in playing soccer, that they're all parked along there. When you're saying that it's an easement, that means she can't get into her lane. If they're parked in there,
That's an easement, they can't block it.
that's what I'm trying to
Nobody
say.
can block it.
So it should be looked at, because if you grant an easement, that can't be blocked.
Let's just, well, it's, whatever council wants to do,
whatever.
just saying it's right there.
As long as she knows what she's getting into.
I feel like where it's her house and she's, gonna be paying for, I think that she should be able to choose where the driveway is personally, that's how I feel.
Like I say, I mean, she's aware.
It's like Brenton said, it's not gonna be any longer
No.
having to
Right.
plow.
No.
Right,
And I do think that people would have the common decency to not block it in.
I hope so.
Yeah,
And there might be a situation
Yeah.
where it's not like that,
Yeah.
but I mean, she knows the rest.
As long as she knows, she knows,
I think
yeah,
you should just
that's
let her.
her.
you shouldn't stop her.
It doesn't make any difference, nobody can block that easement, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
They have to leave it open.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd like to mention at this time is when the community center is built, they're gonna be digging this up somewhat, so she knows that to put the drain in, that's where the drain's gonna come out from the
Right,
community center. But I mean, they're gonna fix it back up,
Yeah.
that's the way it was.
so,
She
anyway,
might be a little inconvenienced there when they're doing the construction.
Yeah.
As long as she knows that too.
She's aware there's a lot of construction going on.
Yeah, good, then that's,
Yeah.
Other than that, she's aware of all the problems, I'm certainly in
we're
favor.
good to go.
okay, we got a motion yet?
I'll move.
I'll second it.
Okay, we got a move,
Anyone?
2 seconders. Any other discussion? We'll put it to a vote, all those in favor of granting the easement, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Next up, water and sewer services for 6841 Little River Road.
Okay, so we're talking about the same property you
Yeah.
have the map for. So they are formally requesting to be able to tie into the water and sewer services right there at 6841 Little River Road.
I'll move that we do that.
Got a motion on the floor, second by Councilor McNutt. All those in favor of said motion, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. 4.4, PCAP application, Foundry Street Water Line Replacement Project.
Thank you, Your Worship.
You're welcome.
So the PSAP is Provincial Capital Assistance Program. And what it does, it supports investment in high priority municipal infrastructure projects. So I've learned recently that this is sort of like a two-step grant. What this does, it gives you the framework to be able to apply into a larger pool of funding, hopefully into federal funding if the federal budget releases information here soon. So this here proposes, what we're looking to do is Foundry Street. There has been major water breaks up there. The road, as everyone, we had discussion, is a mess up there. It definitely needs some paving up there as well as a new water line down that road. This here application for the Provincial Capital Assistance Program allows us to have an engineer look at the road, design the road, and put a proper cost analysis to do that work like we did with the Duke Street water line as well. So this is just step one into moving into hopefully another funding opportunity comes in. It may be in this year, it might also look like next year, depends on what other funding comes out. But this is the step one in order to get moving forward into that project, which has been proven that the water line, it does need replacing there. There's some, anyways, a lot of water breaks on there, as well as the paving needs done there as well. So Dillon Consulting, they are very familiar with all our projects there. They can put together the design, the construction. the cost analysis and be able to put this together so we can apply to this grant, which is June 7th. So we don't have time to wait. So what I need in order to be part of this, if council approves to move ahead with considering to do the Foundry Street water line renewal, is a council resolution, a resolution of council supporting the submission of the project for funding consideration under the PCAP.
So is it 50 cents to the dollar to pay Dylan to do this?
Maybe up to 50%. Typically, the program may fund up to 50% of eligible project costs.
So this is not to do the project, this is to get ready
Get
to do the
plans,
project, okay.
yes. So we can.
So can we make sure that we get the funding before we start the
Yes.
process?
Exactly,
Okay,
yes.
and we have to, so Dylan doesn't have to be done by June 7th. We have to apply for this by June 7th, and then
To get the
Dylan
funds.
works after if we get the funding.
Yes, Dylan may be assisting to get the right language in there for what they need, because there's some regarding, we want to make sure we get the right costs and engineers, so they're just working a little bit behind ground, but the heavy lifting will be after.
So then we get that done, and then we apply for funding to actually complete the project.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, anybody else have a question? I think, I understand it, go ahead.
When Dylan comes to analyze this project, they need to be asking a few questions, because there's some of that street that's already been replaced. It's
Talked to
not
them
already-
about that already, and they are very aware of that.
Okay.
Told them that it was done, and with that material you told me about, the blue,
It's only a section in the middle. It's actually the old section where they're having problems.
but they're also looking to put a fire hydrant at the end, so they
And
got
they gotta replace the whole thing right from, if they wanna put a fire hydrant in, they gotta start at Birchwood Road and go all the way up.
Birchwood Road. From the very beginning
You
of it.
have to start right at the beginning, go all the way up, because the line that's in there will not, it's no good for fire hydrant.
All of it, including the new stuff that was.
So all the new pipe that's in there would have to be tore because it's too small.
See, there's no fire hydrant down there, and we're having issues with the air.
No.
Right, yeah,
This is the
yeah.
air down the end.
Pardon that, pardon me?
It, there's no fire hydrant down that end.
At the far end.
At the far end
Yeah.
as well. It would assist when they have a water break to release the air, because we have a lot of air going up to the end there of the properties.
You can do that with a fire hydrant though. All you gotta do is put a regular valve on the, put a regular 2-inch valve on the end of it, you can open and close.
Okay, I
It's
understand.
just that it's gonna really raise the cost. Well, I can't even imagine how much. That's the thing.
Maybe that's an alternative we should look
Yeah,
at.
we need to look into that valve then.
Yeah, just look into that valve.
Mhm.
If it's not the firefighters who are requesting the fire hydrant.
Well, it's the water breaks, we need,
Yeah,
we got to
it's
fix the line, and
Yeah.
the water line is
So
the
it's just a
problem.
valve thing, we should look into that, certainly.
It's not just the valve, it's definitely water breaks.
No, but
Yeah.
the whole.
Yeah, we understood.
Because,
Yeah.
say, the first section of the street, I replaced that before, a few years before I retired. And up from Randy Dobson's house, everybody probably knows where that is pretty well. From there all the way up is a new section of pipe. So you've only got that section in the middle. But if you're gonna put a fire hydrant in, you gotta replace all that line, put at least a 6-inch line in there. Because anything smaller will not be any good. If you just want something to let the air off when they have a leak, then all you need is a 2-inch valve in the street. So,
I understood we needed a fire hydrant too in that way, but those fire hydrants, they're all capable up in that area, Birchwood Road, to Foundry Street, sorry, to be suffice for a fire up towards, let's say, up that Rick's at the end.
Is the one still at the, right at the end of Foundry Street? There used to be one right there. I
there's
believe.
one right across from the foundry.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's the ones on the Birchwood Road.
Yeah.
They're basically just to let air off the system. They're not large, that system's not large enough either for these new fire trucks. They draw so much water. The old fire trucks took whatever pressure was in the system. The new fire trucks actually draw water. So Birchwood Road's in the same thing. Them 2 hydrants up there are basically just to let the air off. They're not operating, and that's why I used to have them color coded, because the firemen knew that the blue ones were not much pressure. So, anyway, I guess it's up to council how we want to deal with that, but it's gonna be an absorbent amount of money.
Mhm.
Anyway, Okay,
But that's why I
So
think we
we
need this Dylan to come in.
engineering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Just-
exactly.
They can give us two
That's
options,
their
can't they?
professional,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
an engineer, so they.
Yeah.
That's why
So
this
you
is
need a
even more.
motion to bring Darren in?
No, I need a motion to be able to apply for the provincial capital assistance to have Dylan, do the engineering on that road, an analysis and a cost analysis to foresee the project that we need to do on Foundry to fix it. The ultimate goal is so we don't have the water breaks.
Right.
Is the ultimate goal. That's
My
our.
question is for Dylan to come in, right? So we're up to 50% we're gonna pay. Right, but if we're not going to replace that line and just put a valve on the end, what are we applying for?
Well, we've got to replace the water
We
line
need their
anyway.
expertise to tell us if we need to.
So that's, it's a motion to bring him in.
No, it's
No,
a motion to apply for
this
funding.
grant, this funding. I need a motion to apply to the provincial capital assistance programming for engineering.
so the cost would get 50%.
Yeah, to get it.
To get Dylan in.
Yes, for them to even look at it, to tell us what needs to be done, a professional
Okay,
engineer.
Well,
I
somebody
just wanted to make that clear, that it's gonna cost us 50% to bring him in to tell us
What to do.
what to do.
Yeah,
Yes,
And we got till the 7th
yes, of
to
June.
get it in,
to get it in.
yes, the request.
We need a motion to bring them in.
No, a motion to apply for I need a very,
To apply for the
the
funding.
funding, I need that motion.
I'll move that we, apply for that funding.
Thank you.
Do we have a seconder?
I'll second.
Seconder. Any more discussion before it gets confusing? All those in favor of a motion, please say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Okay. Okay, 4.5 revised 2022-23 boards and committees.
Oh, I see a typo there, it should say
23-24, yes.
Yes, should say 23,
Yeah,
24.
well, it's a-
Typo on my part.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right, so if you don't mind me, I have inside your package, page 21 is the boards and committees. And so to start off, we still have a vacancy for the All Saints Community Healthcare Foundation. Just to let everyone know, it is through the day, the meeting. This could be a member at large of the community. Personally, I'm attending them, but it'd be nice to have someone that has some healthcare specialties that would, or be interested in the foundation to attend these. I am interested, it's very interesting, but it would be nice to have someone from the community that maybe has some specialties in the health field. They do meet every 2 months, and the meeting is about 2 hours long, and it's at the All Saints Hospital in Spring Hill. And so the town would definitely, take care of the mileage to go back and forth to that meeting, but we would love to have an Oxford representative from the town boundaries to attend those meetings, if anybody's out there that is interested, that sits on the health, maybe a retired healthcare person, or, just someone with interest with the healthcare system. The Accessibility Committee wants to make note that we have a new member on there that we just missed putting her on there the last time, is Danielle Laurie, is one of our current members on our committee. She's been with us for a little bit, but just want to put her name officially on the boards and committees for amending. You'll note there's a new one that we've added, or would like to be considered to be added, that's why we're here tonight as well. Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity Committee. So the reason I put that on there, we had just learned that this is coming down from the province, from the Office of Equality, Anti-Racism Initiatives, which is also known as the OEA. They have requirements under the Dismantling Racism and Hate Act, and their goal is to create a strategy to address systematic inequity and racism. That's a mouthful for me. So the goal is to create a plan, sort of like how we did the Accessibility Committee is meeting. There's a new plan that we need to put in play in regards to equity and anti-racism. And we're looking for, right now, I'm looking for one counselor to sit on that committee. And the reason we have the name we have, the town of Amherst already has a committee defined, and they have one member of council, and then they have other members at large sitting on this committee. But it'd be nice to have one councillor to sit with me on this, to get this organized, because this is a plan that's gonna be coming down, that we would need to start working on, so we don't get behind the 8 ball on that, so.
I will.
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
I was gonna nominate Councillor Jones.
Okay.
Any objections?
Yeah, so I would like to add Olivia Canning to the list as a councillor to this, so we'll just make that as a
A motion
councillor
at the end, yes.
at the end.
Okay, and how many citizens at large are you looking for?
I think Olivia and I could sit and have a meeting and talk about the terms and membership, and
Okay.
then we'll reach out to, at a future meeting. But anyone that's interested, please reach out.
Yep.
We would like to get this started quickly.
Going back to
mhm.
the healthcare thing,
Yes.
say the meetings every 2 months.
Every 2 months, it's through the day, at around 9:30 in the morning in Spring Hill. Can't remember if it's 9 or
2
9:30.
hours long.
At most, I put that as at most. I've been in and out in an hour and a half usually, but I put 2 hours
I'm
in.
gonna check with somebody, I don't know if they'll accept it. but-
That'd be great, that'd be great.
I thought you were volunteering.
I was looking over at them.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so we do have another one on there, the Source Water Protection Advisory Committee. So this here, we have a directive from the Department of Environment to have a water protection plan in place. This was a directive back a little bit, and it's kind of got on the wayside there, but it's been brought to our attention that this needs to be brought to flourish.
Yep.
So one of the plan is to form a committee. So reviewing what the committee is gonna look like, I need one councillor that would sit on this Source Water Protection Advisory Committee as we involve other stakeholders.
I'll sit on that.
You'll sit on that?
I'll sit on that.
Okay.
Unless somebody else wants it.
Who else
Are you
said it?
interested?
I just said it
I was
first.
gonna read that.
It's like, and then someone else and you put your hand up.
No, I'll sit on that.
Okay, that'd be great.
I'm here twice a week or 2
We had a
days a week.
committee way back when the water system was first put in.
We gotta bring that back again and revise the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. It's that plan that you guys had put together before, and then we gotta redo it.
We
so,
spent quite a lot of time on it, and then all of a sudden it's come to a halt.
Yeah,
Had water running, it did that.
yeah.
Okay,
So there's gonna be other players as well. We'll be involving our planner, the environment's gonna be involved. We're gonna be discussing with Department of Natural Resources, Department of Highways. Also the county's gotta get involved because of where everything is, so. Anyway, so it's gonna be on the go. So we'll put Mayor Henley on that.
If I may,
Yes?
it might be there's a map somewhere. There's a, way back, it should be, if you ever can find it, and everything's color coded. It shows you what the biggest area is the danger, of course, and then you go out further, you can't do this, you can't do this, and then you go to another section. So there should be a big book from Dylan Consulting, somewhere's in this office that
They
shows.
have that book,
They
and
have-
they're working with us on
Okay,
this. It's one of the
Yeah.
directives, so, yeah. They mentioned that they worked on it last time,
Yeah.
so they have that,
Okay.
which is really good. Okay, so then there's one other one. So the Cumberland Central Landfill Community Liaison Committee, which Councillor McNutt sits on there right now as a voting member. I'm on there as a non-voting member, as staff. So right now, as part of the committee, they are looking for, ideally, they need 2 residents or business operators to sit on this committee as well. I attended my first one here just recently, and it's actually an excellent opportunity to speak with GFL. So, yeah, we speak with them on that, and we talk about matters relating to the operation of the central landfill during its operation period. So there was even discussion regarding the C&D, and we were learning a bit about that. Department of Environment sits on that. There's a lot of great players at the table, so they would like to reaching out to the community here in Oxford that would be interested. If you're a business owner or happen to work with construction or anybody with Oxford Frozen Foods maybe, but any large employers that would be interested to sit on that, to reach out to me. It'd be nice to bring some more people at the table. So looking at Councillor Colborne there. So. Anyways, putting that out there, they did reach out that they need more membership to make this, as best as we can, so.
Can you post that vacancy on our site?
Yeah.
What I was gonna say after you were all done, if you wanna do up just a quick little cheat sheet, I'll do up a post this week and just say, these are the committees and like the 2 hour and the day and the when and the how, and just kind of give me some brief and I'll make it pretty and I'll post
Yes.
it on our site.
That sounds great.
And we can continue with every time, if we get one, we'll remove it and we can add it again, and if we add a new group, we can, so I can just constantly be posting it every couple of
Love
months or
that
whatever.
idea, I love it.
Fantastic idea.
The other thing too is that we're only meeting twice a year, spring and fall. So it's about 2 hours as well,
The landfill?
the landfill one.
Will they- like, what's the time will they meet?
They met between 10 and noon, the last meeting there, and so,
Let me think of it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's great.
They're gonna post it on the site in case you miss it.
But yes, no, it's only twice a year, and it's,
Very good.
yeah, no, and Brenda was there, our solid waste
Right, yes.
educator, and everything, so she had a lot of great questions, and held the feet to the fire, so it was really good, and to get to meet GFL and learn about their systems as well. I believe they have 4 different operations through between the Atlantic Canada
And
here.
do you know where they'll be meeting?
I believe it's gonna be at the town of Amherst Town Hall, I believe, yeah, that seemed to be the central site. They're also welcoming anyone that want tours too, so.
Linda, I think you missed one new group.
One where?
Didn't we create a new committee?
Yeah,
We gotta meet and to discuss, we already I need more information before I put that out.
The 4 of our committee?
Oh, the dangerous cements,
No.
no,
Well,
the downtown beautification committee.
That's
Yes, I forgot about that one. So we'd like to add that to our downtown.
you already volunteered for that, didn't you?
Yeah, we already had our first meeting.
Yes, we did.
Impromptu.
An impromptu meeting.
We even have a chair.
Was this a sanctioned meeting?
Well, it was, we polled the council, some things have been brought forward regarding our downtown. We'd like to bring some revitalization and some life back into our
So you
downtown
want to start
area.
a downtown revitalization?
Yes, downtown revitalization committee.
I'm so glad we didn't decide to cut back on councillors.
No.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
All this stuff, well, two of these are mandated from the province,
Yeah.
that has come down.
Right.
And, once those are done, I think it would just be maintenance of a regular plan and things like that, but, to get the plans together. Anyway, so yes, right now, we have 2 councillors sitting on that. We have Councillor Canning and, Councillor McNutt.
And Black.
And Black, you were on there too, yes,
I was
3,
there.
yes, Black, that's right. So Black, Canning, and McNutt, and we would like to reach out,
Absolutely.
Yes,
we
1 or 2 public.
yes,
No.
1 or 2 in the public.
Trying to, we call it beautification, but I kind of like the revitalization better, yeah. But just kind of put something in place, some rules and regulations, and try and just make spiffy the downtown up and.
Yeah, and comparable to other towns,
Right.
and, because they have these in place.
Now, do you need a motion for all these?
We need a motion to approve these amendments that we just verbalized and I'll put together for Stan.
I'll second that.
Moved by Councilor McDonald, second by Councilor McNutt. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, that's
Meeting
great.
quorum.
Meeting
Next
quorum.
up, correspondent, RCMP retroactive costs, that was in your package.
Mhm.
You want to give us a little background for the people at large, Linda?
So this is a 12-month, oh, sorry, you're looking at the retroactive?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's
So the
okay.
retroactive, so the municipality of Barrington wrote a letter in concern to the retroactive costs with their disappointment and expressing. So they sent it out to all municipalities and councillors and all officials of Nova Scotia to share. And to invite if those would like to take part in putting together a letter to show support.
Right.
So This is in the package there for consideration.
And that's posted on our website?
Yes, it's part of our council package.
So is that something we can send along a letter as well?
Yes, or a letter of support in support of their
Yeah,
letter or
absolutely.
something, yes.
Yes.
So,
Can you do that
Squeaky
just as
wheel
a
gets the
recommendation?
grease, right?
We can take that as direction, not a
Yes.
motion, but we can
That's
take it as
what I'm
direction
saying.
to put that together, yeah,
That's it, we can do it as a
direction, yeah,
sure.
you got it.
You would like a letter sent in support of this letter?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, we can do that.
I mean, hopefully all municipalities are writing the same
Well, I
letter.
think everybody's on the same boat,
Right.
and the Federation of the Provincial Municipalities, I forget what they're
It's the
called.
downloading of costs coming
Yeah.
down from municipalities.
Yeah, they've been after them as well.
Yeah.
Falling on deaf ears, of course, but anyway, there's an election down the road.
Right,
yes.
Next up, 12-month notice municipal affairs and housing.
So this also is in the package here, so every, the province there, they put together a 12-month notice of any financial, maybe hurdles that we may have coming down the line. So there's talk about the construction and demolition regulations, which we're concerned about here as well. The cost of RCMP as well, they noted in here the financial costs on biological casework analysis. The DNA analysis has been rising. Other areas, not so much our areas, but the Coastal Protection Act,
Right.
some stuff's coming down the line with that. Department of Intergovernmental Affairs is working on procurement. Department of Justice is also now working on the collective bargaining agreement. It just expired March 31st, 2023. So now they're going through a new bargaining, as well as the Accessibility Act. There's also Department of Economic Development going at Peggy's Code Commission and Community Economic Development. Department of Natural Resources and Renewables is looking at the feeding wildlife regulations. So those are all in your package there for review, so, yes. So just to FYI and let you know
What's going on?
12-month notice.
Great. That's that. Next up, we've got an in-camera session, so I need someone to make a motion to go into camera. Seconded, second by Councillor Black. All those in favor?
Alright,
Motion carried. Stan, if you take us into in camera.
that's all.